What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Outliers live stream. I'm going to give it a couple seconds for it to kick on. We're doing a simulcast for the first time, so that's what this means. So live on TikTok and live on YouTube.
Okay.
I want to say what's up to the TikTokers.
Hi.
Brand new thing we're going to do on the wrestling show here to just get more people joined in on the conversation. So if somebody comments on TikTok, we'll definitely mention it here on the Outliers live stream, right here on the wrestling show, only on YouTube until now. where we're definitely doing it on multiple different platforms, which is pretty cool. Today's topic is something that Caitlin's going to have a hard time talking about.
I think any good wrestling fan is going to have a hard time talking about.
Well, they did start a hashtag for We Want Rock. So there is...
I highly doubt it's trending anywhere important.
Probably not.
But okay, well, let's stick to the subject.
Rock. All right. Well, there's still some people who do like The Rock and are happy about this. But Caitlin, on the other hand,
yeah, it's few and far between. And you want to start it off with a We Want Rock? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what kind of live you're trying to set me up with here, but I don't give a fuck about The Rock.
So tell me what you think about the Cody situation, then.
I mean, if you can't tell, it's fucking bullshit. I'm sure everybody knows at this point what happened on SmackDown on Friday, where Cody, obviously winning the Rumble, the only thing that makes any sense at all is him to challenge Roman for round 2 and win, right? Like that's the logical step in the storyline. But no, WWE just can't do anything correctly, and they want to have him pass his opportunity up to finish his story and beat Roman at WrestleMania and give it to The Rock. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't really care to see The Rock. You know what I mean? Why am I invested in The Rock coming back? Like, why did it have to be for the title at this point right now? And I seen a funny meme. It was like, we would have taken The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 38. We would have taken it at WrestleMania 39. We don't want it now. Not when you made a face. How do you do the face of the company that fucking bogus? So, yeah, we want Cody is like a fucking understatement, not to keep cussing, but it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't think that, they're going to give Cody some bullshit match, I'm assuming, unless the wrestling fans get pissed enough.
Because that's what I named this. The topic is Gone, Cody Gone. Or there's going to be some type of that puts him in the main event still.
I mean, I think it's probably a slight possibility that WWE is going to be like, oh shit, maybe we screwed up. But to me, putting Cody in the middle of a Rock and Roman feud really doesn't make sense. And it kind of just kills the narrative of fighting for the head of the table. Right? Because I think that was like, aside from the belt, I think The Rock and Roman, they wanted to fight for like the top spot in their bloodline, like in their family, like who really holds, the best wrestling of the family, I guess, or the best wrestler of the family.
Who's the number one oos?
Yeah. So the belt doesn't even necessarily need to be on the line even for their match. So yeah, I don't really understand it. I think that The Rock has a 0% chance of winning if they do fight for the belt, because The Rock's going to have his WrestleMania moment and he's going to leave back to Hollywood. Roman's going to have the belt for another year and Cody gets screwed and is going to have to fight Seth. Like, I don't even know what they would do with him at this point.
I mean, you're saying Cody fighting Seth, so that really ain't gone, Cody gone. He's still going to be in the main event. So I think that that's still possibly his best storyline if they don't put him in the triple threat. They almost have to.
Well, I mean, Cody's obviously not gone. He's not going
from
anywhere.
The main event, though, I guess.
Well, not necessarily, because he can main event night one.
Night one.
Which he's probably going to main event night one if they want to keep it separate.
So does he main event night one and then turn around and main event night two?
No.
So Cody's just going to be a one and done. He's going to be the pre-show main event type guy. That's what This is probably going to turn.
Yeah, and I mean, him coming out the second night, I don't think it would really make any sense because I feel like when Cody does win the belt, like we want it to be at WrestleMania. I don't want him to win it at the next pay-per-view or the pay-per-view after that. Like I want him to, win the belt from Roman at WrestleMania. I think that the fans deserve that. I think that's what we want. I think sometimes you got to give the people what the fuck they want. They did not want The Rock and Roman. I think, Cody trending, we want Cody on Twitter for 2 to 3 days, says enough.
We got a comment here from our good friend Mikey518, all the way from Ohio. What up, Mikey?
Hey, Mikey.
Yo, bro. He said Cody is getting sidelined by Triple H.
Yeah, bro. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Like Triple H, if you can't do your job right, like just step aside. Because at this point, I feel like you could be getting fired with everything that's going on in the WWE. So to really just piss off all your fans when there's all this drama going and surrounding the WWE, I think was just why?
See, and I see what Mikey's saying, because in Triple H's world, if The Rock comes in and dominates and they have the best WrestleMania of all time, Triple H still gets to go, yeah, that was all my idea. I did it all. I put it all together. I called on The Rock. I knew it was going to be the number one thing. If Cody was to do it, Cody would take all the accolades. And they'd be like, look at what Cody did type shit. He came in, he beat Roman, da-da-da-da-da. And Triple H don't want the praise shifted on Cody.
Like, you shouldn't get any accolades.
he will. That's why he's going to be the first person at the press conference, letting you know how many people showed up, how many guys bought tickets, all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
he's right there.
Yeah, well, he's going to.
I just tell you.
He's going to stroke his own ego, even if it is a flat pay-per-view. He's going to make it sound like it was the best shit you ever did see. You know what I mean? He's going to sell it even if it does suck. Yeah. He's still probably going to sell The Rock and Roman when clearly people are pissed off about it. Like, you literally did Cody, like, the dirtiest I've ever seen a wrestler done, to win the Royal Rumble and to build it up because he won it twice in a row. And then...
No, he's got to win it 3 times in a row?
Right, exactly. So what, you're just going to let him win it 3 times in a row? I mean, that's not the best storyline. And now they can still redeem themselves. What did you say could possibly happen? That Cody comes out like right after that match is over with and challenges Roman and then they go at it? I don't think that would make any sense though. I don't know. I don't think Cody is going to get involved in The Rock and Roman. I really just think he's going to get fucked.
Because I think the swerve was The Rock coming in. I don't think they're going to swerve it back.
I mean,
it's going to be too hard to follow.
If they do, they could really pick up all the pieces to this mess, and it could be one of the best storylines. Because you really do.
That's true.
So it could be brilliant. However, I don't think it is going to be. I really think that they just did him dirty. I'm curious to see what happens. He's supposed to be on SmackDown on Friday, so I'm curious to see what's happened there.
What the hell was SmackDown on Friday? Is it going to be on Raw tonight? That was your other question.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is it going to be on Raw? Now, I seen this morning on Twitter, everybody's like, right when Raw starts, you have to chant, "We want Cody," and do it loud, do it the whole time. Don't let anything else happen except everybody understand that we want Cody.
Yeah, and we're not going to stop until our voices are heard. That's the big thing that's kind of irritating me is like, Triple H ain't even going to acknowledge this. The Rock's not even going to acknowledge this. They're both going to be like, man, that was magic that we made a ring with Roman, and we're going to make wrestling history. The fans have been waiting for this.
Okay, now let's just be honest. That match is probably going to suck.
Yeah.
And not to be a hater, but that match is probably going to suck.
Well, as a wrestling fan, what's your favorite match featuring The Rock?
None.
Yeah, see? Zero. What's your favorite match featuring Roman?
The one that was with
Cody. Yeah, exactly. So it's like they're taking the missing piece out of the puzzle here.
Logan Paul and Roman had a good match too, but I feel like fucking Logan Paul can have a good match with fucking anybody because he's a freak of nature. A freak of nature.
Yes. What's up, everybody over on TikTok? What's up, all you guys over here on The Wrestling Show on YouTube? Be sure to subscribe to both channels here, trying to cross-promote TikTok mixed with YouTube. We got John. What's up, buddy? We got Bethany Speed, who agrees with us. We got Christian. What's up, buddy? Love you, Kate.
Love you too.
And we got Lucas speaking Slovakian. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Welcome to
Hi,
the live
guys.
stream. What do you guys think? Is it Cody's time or is Cody toast? Mikey says Logan is the best. Yeah, bro. Logan's probably the best they got to offer
Yeah.
right now. I mean, he's fresh. He's entertaining. He's doing new shit. He's taking the belt with him when he goes on vacation. You know, all the cool stuff.
Logan's so good. And him and
Wow.
Kevin Owens had such a good match. I would so be down for another Kevin Owens, Logan Paul match.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Logan Paul's going to have a good match with anybody because he just don't care.
You're right. Yeah, that feud needs to continue. I mean, hell, for all we know, they got Cody Rhodes lined up to fight against Logan Paul at some event coming up soon for the United States Championship.
No. See, okay. If Cody and Logan are going to fight, like Cody is higher up on the echelon of like wrestlers. He can't be fighting for Logan's belt. He needs to win the championship, and then Logan should come try to fight Cody for the belt.
So do you think the Cody Seth? I guess we're going to keep on circling around to this.
I mean, I'm going to be dissatisfied for the like I don't even, if he can't fight for the main title, like I don't really give a shit about anything else. He's the main title guy.
Yeah,
like he's the face of your company. He's like the modern day John Cena. I keep seeing that too. That's why I keep saying it. I feel like I'm not the only one that would say that.
Yeah.
And how are you going to do the face of the company like this? And this, I was telling Matthew, because he was like, no, Roman's the face of the company. I'm like, not really, because all the drama that's going on with WWE and Vince McMahon and all these lawsuits, the only wrestler to field these questions to the press was Cody. And they did that on purpose because he's the face of the company. He's going to know how to talk to the people. He's going to say the right shit at the right time. Like, he's that guy. You can't do your main guy this way. And he's the face. Roman's the heel.
Ooh, you're so right about that. You're so right. So yeah, so you can't have your face of your company fighting for the Intercontinental Championship.
Fuck no. Hell no. So I'm saying it don't even make sense for him to go fight, try to get Seth Rollins' belt. Seth Rollins.
Yeah. But for real though, tonight is Monday night, so they should probably start coming up with who's going to challenge Seth next, because Seth is, the Monday Night Raw champion. So if Cody or whoever's going to step up to be his next challenger, I mean, fuck, for all we know, he's going to have a match tonight. He generally does. We got a couple. Seth, generally fights every Monday.
Fucking Cody. I mean, I don't know where else they would take the storyline. Other than him challenging Seth, I don't really see what other options that there are.
Yeah, Cody needs to have a match with like Triple H. And if Triple H loses, he can't book anymore or something like that. They got to do something crazy with Cody. We got two questions here. Bethany wants to know, what did y'all think when The Rock came out? I fucking hate The Rock.
I
knew it. I fucking knew it. God damn it. That's how I felt about The Rock coming out, bro. I could not.
That is not true.
And I knew it was coming. I didn't want it.
Yeah, you did. You've been talking about this.
Because I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, but that was the worst timing. There was no, babe, I was the first person to bitch that there was no storyline. Yeah. There was no context. This was the dumbest idea. They just shuffled it in place. Everybody would stop talking about McMahon. They'd start talking about The Rock, which brings us to what Mikey said. What do you guys think of all the mess with Vince? Well.
Oh, Vince, he really got himself into a pickle, but okay. Dude is clearly got some serious fetishes, and like sex really be driving his life if he's out here paying women to sleep with himself, to sleep with his coworkers,
to send urinating videos to friends.
Yeah. So he's, in the business of degrading females, which obviously, I mean, I think that's clear if you watch any like Monday Night Raw from 1998.
Any Monday Night Raw, they're still degrading females. Yeah. Look at how many minutes they're going to give the girls tonight on Monday Night Raw compared to the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knew what he had and what market he was selling to, other than just like wrestling fans. Like, dudes are going to be dudes, and they like, women dressing not a lot of clothes, wrestling, doing certain wrestling holds, doing some fetishy things that.
And he wasn't even doing it for money. He was literally doing it just so he could off thinking about it. Those texts were crazy to read, as Mikey said. I had to stop reading them multiple times and come back. I'm like, I'm not old enough for this.
So I'm saying that shit read like a script almost. Like,
yeah.
he'd just probably be thinking about it, daydreaming about gangbangs.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he was really into that. And then John Laurinaitis to come out and be like, Vince forced me to have sex with these women and cheat on my wife who's got brain cancer. Yeah, it's all Vince's fault. I'm like, he's almost worse than Vince for being a pussy.
Yeah. God.
You liar.
Yeah, bro. He's like the
You liar.
worst kind of people lie and blame their accomplice. You know, it's like,
But I think, I mean, Vince is in some trouble. I'm curious if it's going to hit any criminal charges depending on how much money he was able to
launder,
yeah,
for lack of a better expression.
Yeah.
I don't want to be incriminating here, but I know he was doing a lot of things with the company's money.
Yeah. I mean, he's taking company's money, paying
and company time in
Yeah.
company office buildings with company employees.
It's like, yeah, you really didn't have that much work going on if you can take out days at a time or whatever to just be sneaking around fucking bitches.
It should be illegal to make a woman sign a non-disclosure agreement about a sexual abuse scandal that was going on within the company that you employed her for. That should be against the law. So how he's able to get away with it and it even be a case of whether or not the NDA should stand. The NDA should get thrown out, the minute that she was forced to sign it.
Yeah, I don't know why you're allowed to do all those things, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like billionaires just can get away with it because they have enough money to just be like, here, $3 million. Don't talk about how many times we had sex. And let's be honest, most women are going to take that deal. Because, I mean, they're going to have to live with the fact that they had sex or did all these scandalous sexual acts anyway. So you might as well. Okay. And also, so with this female, like they reported her being so many different ages. And I hate to say that depending on her age is how dumb ridiculous I think she is. Now, if she's 21, she probably was like manipulated, didn't understand what she's doing, what she was getting herself into, what was going on. Mm-hmm. So I have a little bit more like empathy for her. But if she was like 30 or 40 or, somewhere in there, like you knew what you were doing. Like you were fucking around with these people because of the benefits that came along with it. So in that sense, it's like, yeah, Vince is a pig. Yeah. We all knew that.
Yeah.
But is it really that terrible if he wants to, pay women off that he slept with? Like, let's be honest, Donald Trump is in that business too. He did that shit with Stormy Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it was sex trafficking or anything, but his lawyer literally went to jail over that shit.
Yeah, for doing all this paperwork. That's probably why Jerry McDivitt's trying to quit. That's the lawyer for Vince McMahon. Mikey said it's funny that John's saying he's a victim and she was quiet until he stopped paying, which, yeah, that's definitely true. But who knows if she were to speak up again. In 2022, the state of New York City decided to make a brand new law that said there's going to be no years bound from when people can come forward about their sexual misconduct. So the statute of limitations was banned for 1 year, one time in 2022. And I think it's stemming because of this case with Vince McMahon, all these people who have possibly come forward or who were named in the indictment, which was like 25 people. Some of it could have been years ago, back to the 80s, back to the 90s, which the statute of limitations would have cut them off from doing this. And in New York is where the big federal cases are actually being tried at, it seems like. So not Connecticut, where his hometown is, where the company is, but actually the state of New York is the one that's filing the charges. And they're trying to actually bring all of these people together through one big case. So I really think that sometime after February 15th or abouts, we're going to find out when or if the federal government or the state of New York is going to try to.
What does the state of New York got to do with anything?
Because I think that's where his business is licensed. And it's like, I'm honestly not sure. We could look into it more as why Connecticut's got Connecticut's got like the civil charge, and New York is doing the other one. New York is because that's where he got tried before, when he had the drug charges of trying to take steroids, the steroid scandal. All that took place in New York. New York tried to get him. The New York Times tried to get him. I think the Wall Street Journal is probably based there too. So I feel like the stock exchange, he's a publicly traded company. Their company is going through that stock exchange in New York. So if the company is in fact going to be indicted, which would happen if company money to pay off all these women to essentially get molested and raped. It's a bigger charge than what we see, and TKO might end up changing the name of WWE if something really bad was to go down. I mean, that's a big if, but they are under federal indictment, and I do know that the police took Vince McMahon's phone. They don't just do that to people unless they're trying to, get some shit on you, probably for more than a civil case.
I don't know.
Yeah. So there's going to be some criminal charges coming.
I don't know, though. That really depends, because I feel like there's a lot of loopholes and ins and outs to that type of shit. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to get any criminal charges pressed against him or not. It really just depends how illegal it was. And I mean, it depends how many women, too. But like I said, I kind of go back and forth with the idea that it's like, you made this relationship with him a sexual relationship for money and other benefits. At what point is it not prostitution? As far as this whole raping scenario, it could be definitely feasible that he just figured, well, I'm paying this bitch, whatever, this amount of money. I'm going to have sex with her whenever I want to. So I'll just force it on her and she's just going to deal with it because I'm paying her. Now, if that's the case, that's, rape. You can't just force yourself on people. So I really think that there's like kind of a fine line.
Well, and there's been multiple stories too. So it's not just this lady, but all the other stories kind of got shoved under the rug. But I mean, he has been accused of raping other women.
Yeah.
So this ain't the first time it's come up.
Yeah.
So I really think, and I don't know who said this, maybe everybody, where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe Dutch Mantel said it. And it was like, maybe he didn't do all of the horrific things, but there's no way he didn't do any of them. Now, there's no way that John Laurinaitis would be coming out saying, yup, he did it and forced me too, had a pull up me. You know what I mean? Forcing me to ram these women. Like, I don't know what John Laurinaitis' story is going to be. I'd like to see some of his text messages.
I would like to see what Vince McMahon is going to say in defense of himself.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to see like what she was saying back to him, because we have all these text messages from him, and they put out 2 messages that made her look good, but I'm sure there's a lot more messages from her that aren't going to paint her in the best light either. If he was talking that dirty to her, she was talking dirty back. He wasn't just talking dirty to nothing.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking dirty just to some female that was like, I don't know if I can do this. If he's texting you books about baby this and baby that, and I want to see this fluid coming out of this, But we'll see what happens. Like, I don't want to have no compassion for the female. She was raped or treated, badly, which it sounds like she was.
Yeah, I mean, and she could have been forced into a spot where she didn't think she had no other way to get by, no other way to survive.
Once you get started doing sexual things for money, it's so easy that you don't want to do anything else, because what else would you really do? Especially when the whole office building knows how you're making your paycheck. Exactly. No, I mean, once you kind of start doing that, like to go back on it isn't easy. So you almost, like, to me, like, you gotta kind of stand by it, but she looked like she ain't standing by shit.
Well, no, and she might have been okay with it, but like certain things maybe crossed the line. I mean, who knew that she was gonna have to get defecated on? Who knew she was gonna have to get porked by 3 sausages in an office building multiple times with the door locked? So much so that she's gagging. She probably knows that the lady next door could hear her going, rah, rah, rah. Everybody talking about it in the office building. It probably got to the point where she couldn't take it. You were way much. I'm just saying, like, she probably couldn't take it. We got a new subscriber. All right, Tajita. Welcome, bro. Let me know if you want to see any extra content or bonus content. Leave it down in the comment section below. If anybody else wants to join the wrestling show right here on YouTube, feel free to do that. Hit the join button. All kinds of bonus content. And you also get a little badge. So that's cool. But yeah, so maybe we'll change the topic a little bit, because I don't know where it's going to go. But
I think going gagging noises here on live. That's where that shit was going. The fuck?
No, it's not something you can talk about every day. I mean, it's really not. And now that I'm not making fun of it anymore, I feel like I've become more mature about the situation.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's been 25 minutes, and I finally made a joke about McMahon's texts, okay? And I wasn't even going to bring them up. I was being very adult about the situation, but Mikey wanted to talk about the texts. So that's my opinion. And yeah, I think more people got to finding out that it was going on.
I'm going to be honest, and I know that the texts were kind of nasty, especially coming from Vince McMahon. Like, you don't expect this old ass dude to like be saying these things to some like younger female. Like, that's all super trashy. But like, let's be honest, dudes be fucking talking like that.
Not to me. Nobody's ever asked me if I could have a urination video.
Obviously, you're a dude. You're a dude. You see the messages that come through on my phone and what people say. Like, dudes be talking like that. For fucking sure, they be talking like that.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but just to the extent. All right, we got Brian Laudig coming in here with his first comment. The chick just mad he stopped paying. She should have never signed the NDA. Well, I mean, she was getting paid all this time. The only reason that she had to sign that NDA was because the company was about to get sold off to Ari Emanuel and TKO and whatever the hell the company was, UFC and all that, before the merger. So Vince didn't want this lady out there to still be having a relationship for hire because what quit. This lady was probably in with sending these videos and showing up here to gag on that. I'm sure she was done with all the stuff that was going on.
Stop saying that.
Until she finally decided that he decided he couldn't pay her anymore. And then he only gave her half of the money or a third of the money.
Whatever. He probably should have just paid her all her money and she probably would have shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. She's still in this shit for money.
Because that's what her case is for.
I know, yeah.
Her civil case is still for money.
Yeah, no, she's probably like, well, the amount of times I had to fuck this dude and fuck that dude, I deserve $3 million and you only paid me X amount of dollars. That's how these hoes out here be acting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see both sides of the coin, like both sides of everything here. Because it's like, yeah, Vince McMahon could definitely be like the biggest piece of shit of all fucking time. And he probably fucking is. But like these billionaires out here acting like this, like, afterwards, like maybe some really bad shit did happen, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck? What do you expect? Guys are gonna be pigs.
Yeah.
Opportunities that got a lot of money because they can just fucking get away with it.
Yeah, because he said she was okay with it. He was saying, after the first time, I would have never gone back. But yeah, she does keep on going back. And then, she didn't come. I mean,
after a while, she knew what the deal was, and she could have either stayed or she could have decided to stay. Mm-hmm. And now that income, gone,
has stopped. Yeah,
she's gonna what was making her profitable to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I just don't have as much sympathy for this female as, like, I don't know, fucking Eric Bischoff was like, I'm praying for her, and it's like, bro. Get the fuck off the pussy, bro.
Oh, yeah. Eric Bischoff.
I can't listen to this dude simp too hard right now.
He's whining about it so much. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and honestly, Brian Last and Cornette's first, like...
They were the most realistic.
That was so funny, yeah. And I know a lot of people got mad at them, but that was, like, honest to God, isn't that how everybody kind of reacted reading some of that shit? Like, you gotta be kidding me. And it is slightly funny to a certain extent, like shitting on her head, like, and she even put this in the lawsuit.
And especially the fact that, like, us wrestling fans can visualize the attack. I can see Vince in the position. I can see John Laurinaitis. I know what these people look like. So it's like embedded in your mind. And it's funny. There's no way you're not going to laugh thinking about it.
And there's no way she didn't know she was about to shit on her head, right? Like, I'm sure that had to be kind of obvious something weird was about to go down. And if you're just letting this happen, I'd be like, oh, hello. Like, let's do $1 million. Just
like,
sure.
YouTube keeps
YouTube doesn't
going
know
crazy.
what to do with it. We're just stating the facts.
This
YouTube.
is just the facts. I mean, they did call it defecation. I don't know what words are bad.
I don't know either.
No amount of money is going to make me okay with that. Yeah, no, there is no amount of money. Nobody could say I'll give you X amount of dollars if you just let Vince McMahon.
Yeah. So I'm saying she was a down ass female to do a lot of dirty ass shit for Vince, and she probably did get used and abused, but that's the name of that game. If you're playing that game, like, he isn't trying to make you his fucking girlfriend. No. He's just looking for a bitch to fuck when he needs somebody to fuck.
Yeah, my opinion was she needs to be cited with criminal charges too. For prostitution.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, isn't this prostitution?
Where do you draw the line here? This is actually absolutely ridiculous because she's doing it on company time. Yeah. She knows damn well she ain't getting paid for what she's doing. She knows damn well she shouldn't be doing that. I mean, it's all clearly written in your conscience that, yep, what I'm doing goes against the law. So the fact that she's getting away with money,
and maybe she didn't realize that. I could definitely see that depending on how old she was. Not realizing what she was doing, which, you know, I feel sorry if you didn't realize the severity of the situation, but obviously you're
first time the New Day walks in naked, I'm going to be like, nope, this is incorrect. Not happening. But she was probably like, oh, all right then. This is what today's job is.
Yeah, I would like some more information. And do I think that Vince McMahon's going to get in any big trouble? I mean, I think the biggest trouble is he's going to just be disgraced now from the WWE. Because people are so shocked by it. And I'm like, but are we really shocked by this? Like, I'm not that shocked by this.
People might like throw food on him at restaurants if they see him. That might be what we're dealing with.
I mean, yeah, is it the best way to treat women? Like, maybe not necessarily, but...
He also chained Roman Reigns up to a ring post and let them put dog food in his mouth. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how he plays with his favorite toys.
He's in a lot of weird shit, so...
So yeah, Vince.
But yeah, the texts were raunchy as hell. But like I said, especially doing like some of the business that I do, like I feel like I see that. Like dudes really like to be talking like that. I don't know why, but it's like it's a little more awkward coming from a grown, you know, old ass man who's got grandkids and
billions of dollars.
And it's like you'd be way more respected if you had your wife standing by you and you respected her and you respected your talent. Like you disrespected yourself, you disrespected your whole family, your whole legacy. So I guess that's where I stand with Vince.
Yeah, where's
Linda? As
Linda?
far as like the criminal charges and the lawsuits and everything else, you know, that'll be worked out. And I'm kind of 50-50 on that because to me, she's like prostituting herself, bro. This is what you were fucking doing.
Yeah.
With a bunch of dudes. Somebody is going to fucking do something that you don't fucking like. Honestly.
I mean, she should be guilty of sex trafficking.
I don't know.
By definition of the law.
I don't know really how
she was doing it to herself.
But like if Vince had a bunch of women he was doing it with, I could see why he's in trouble because he's like using company money to, you know, do something that's probably illegal within the laws of business, possibly. You know what I mean? It's illegal to have like a prostitution ring. But like I feel like sex trafficking is just getting her off of the, you know, any criminal charges or anything like that. Because, yeah, to me, it's just prostitution. And she knew she was in what? Like, you knew. Don't play like you didn't know.
Yeah, she knew.
Even if you were 21 and you kind of got manipulated. Well, you still got manipulated into being a prostitute like you didn't know.
Not an excuse. It's actually ridiculous. Someone said they like Cody Rhodes.
We do too. We want Cody.
Rhodes too, God dang it.
We want Cody.
But instead, he's getting manipulated and used by the WWE just like this lady did. Might as well be shitting on Cody's head by having The Rock come out and make him shake his hand in the middle of the ring. That was the most embarrassing thing that I ever seen happen to Cody Rhodes. You know, it was really hard to watch.
I mean, I haven't watched as much wrestling as some other wrestling fans because I just started like religiously watching it like 2015. But from what I've seen, that was like one of the worst segments I've ever seen done on a wrestler. Like
they've historically embarrassed Dusty, and now Dustin, Goldust. Obviously, they made him be the one that was gay, kissing up on Ahmed Johnson. And now they've really, really done their best to embarrass Cody. First, they had him wrestling in a mustache. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not. Then they had him wrestling in a mask for way too long. Then they had him wrestling like a star. And now they bring him back and they make him lose like a bitch.
I mean, I like Stardust personally. Like when
They're still trying to embarrass it.
Okay, when I first started watching wrestling, I liked 3 characters, and that was Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and they had that list, whatever, going. Super funny, and Stardust. And obviously Brock.
Okay, yeah.
And honestly, I did like Roman when I first came on because Roman just looks appealing, like you want to like him, and then like real quick you're like,
Ooh, that's a hard pass.
Oh well, never mind about Roman. I don't like him as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, no. So he says Rock's not going to fight for the title, though. I don't know how they're going to get the title off of him otherwise. But he's not the guy to carry the company, is what this dude says.
Who, The Rock?
No, he's always cool, but he's not to carry the company, is what this Brian Laudwig guy is saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, who's carrying the company right now? Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody currently is carrying the company because the storyline they got with Roman going isn't carrying the company. It's boring as shit.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck. Like at the Royal Rumble, did anybody actually care about that match that Roman was in with, AJ Styles and Randy Orton and whoever the fuck else? Like, did anybody? I fast forward through it. I don't want to watch that. It's gonna be trash.
Yeah. I don't think Roman Reigns has had a match anybody's cared about since last year.
Yeah, I mean, and everybody was waiting to see Cody win the Rumble, which is what they did. He's been carrying the pay-per-views. He's been carrying the company.
He won War Games.
Yeah, he's been winning everything.
He wins everything.
Yeah. I mean, you put Cody in a match, he's probably going to win unless it's to fucking Roman.
Like you said, he was the only one that fielded that question about McMahon,
right?
Professional.
Yeah, no. So,
like
I mean, I would just respectfully argue that he currently carries the company.
While Triple H tries to bury the company. There's a conflict of power there.
Well, here's my issue. Okay, so like Triple H is old.
Yeah.
Right? The Rock is old. There's like a few really old wrestling fans that are like, yeah, my childhood hero is back. Whoop-de motherfucking do. Like, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about The Rock coming back and losing to Roman because let's be honest, that's what the fuck is going to happen. And it's going to be a lackluster match. I'm not a fan of, okay, so like Roman's gotten better at wrestling, but he don't just put on good matches. Like he needs a lot of people to come in and help him with his matches because he's not a Seth Rollins or a Cody Rhodes.
And let's just be honest, when The Rock left WWE, he looked like Maui. Now he come back looking like the grandma.
No, I know. And that's like, I noticed. I was like, anybody else notice how small The Rock was? Like he's looking old. Bro is old as fuck. This match is going to be half as good as what Cody was going to put on with Roman. It's just, it's annoying.
Yeah. Roman versus The Rock for the head of the table. But yeah, that's still going to be for the belt. It's going to be for the title. That's why The Rock can't win. He's just more fodder is what they call it for Roman. Just feed him to the dog. Feed him to the big dog. He already ate the dog food. We know he's committed. He already let us shit on him, pal. Just let him beat everybody now. It's pretty much what it is.
But I'm curious what they're going to do in the next few weeks with this. And maybe there'll be a switch somewhere to where they could possibly save this fucked up storyline. And like I was telling Matthew, the way that they did this, it sucked for Roman, it sucked for The Rock and for Cody.
Didn't make sense to anybody.
Yeah, like how exciting would it have been if The Rock came out at the Rumble and won the Rumble, if that's really what you wanted him to do. But instead you have Cody win the Rumble, and then Cody's in the middle of, challenging Roman. And then it's like, oh, well, never mind. And then introduces The Rock and gives him his spot. It just seems so lackluster. And everybody was mad. Like, nobody was excited. There was no buildup really for The Rock to come. It was just like, oh, wait, Cody doesn't get it? Oh, here comes the fucking Rock. You know what I mean? And then nobody, even Roman's like the third character out of this whole scenario because Cody got screwed. The Rock came back and the Roman's sitting there. And nobody gives a shit about Roman.
Damn. Yeah, they all got flatlined on that segment.
Yeah, it didn't. I think it ended up working in Cody's favor just with the backlash on the internet. And just, I feel like he has more fans behind him, or just like their like for Cody is growing. Like I think he's got the biggest crowd behind him than he ever has. So if it worked out for anybody, it is Cody, but still it's not going to work out for him in the long run if he can't fight Roman at WrestleMania. I might have worked out for him like right here in the short term, but if he can't fight Roman at WrestleMania, then long term it sucks.
Yeah. So this dude is still pretty heavy on The Rock and Roman fighting for the Ulfafala, which is that fucking chili necklace that he wears, of the chili peppers. So I have talked about this possibly just to you before. So if anybody wants this theory, here it is. They put the title on the line at Elimination Chamber in Australia, and Roman loses the strap heading into WrestleMania, and they say, fuck the reign. That's the only other way to do it, to where Rock and Roman fight for the Ufafala and not for the belt. And
yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I don't. They're not going to take that belt off of Roman going into WrestleMania. I just don't see that.
Yeah, I don't either. So that's why it's got to be The Rock versus Roman for the head of the table, along with the gold. It's going to be Ufafala versus Championship.
Yeah, and I like the idea of them fighting for that necklace, and they could have gone about this after Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania.
Should be a head of the table match. There should be a table up at the top of the ramp with the Ufafala on it. And whoever gets up there and puts that motherfucker on their neck first wins WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, the belt being taken out of it, I felt like it could have been more interesting. The Rock would have a better chance at winning. I think The Rock has a 0% chance of beating Roman and becoming the champion. I mean, he's going to, do his shit that he's going to do at WrestleMania, and he's going to go back to wherever the fuck he came from. And that's it. And then he just comes into the WWE and just fucks everything up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And now we lost Brock, we lost Punk, we lost Vince, we're losing Cody. Like, the main event of the WrestleMania XL is really shaping up to be a dump. I feel like Triple H is literally just going to defecate on all the fans' heads. True McMahon fashion. And make us like it. And hang around and come back for more on Monday.
I say we put him on the motherfucking chopping block and fire his ass.
There should be a petition to fire Triple H. I can't believe nobody said this before, but in my opinion, he's the worst. He's always been a liar. He's always been the most boring guy to listen to talk. And he always wants to talk at great lengths, whether you want him to or not.
He's just into himself.
He never shuts up.
I don't want to just completely be mad at him, because maybe he'll redeem himself and do something right with Cody, but I just don't see what that is.
No. Constantly talking. Can never understand what he's even saying. He sounds like an old muffler on a Buick. $1 million. I never
just
understand.
Like Vince.
Yeah, he's trying to be Vince so much that he might as well be shitting people's heads in the backyard. If
you need to stop talking about that.
If Vince
every time we've said that, it cuts out.
If Vince is gone, Triple H has to be next on the chopping block, because there's no way Vince and Triple H. Triple H didn't know about Vince. There's no way they didn't know about each other's happenstances. Triple H was doing some really shady shit when he got with Stephanie McMahon, leaving China and doing all the weird stuff that he did behind her back. So it would not surprise me one iota if Vince and Triple H have been in on all of these schemes all along. And that's how he went from being average wrestler to COO of the company. Right? Because of his wrestling skills. And he was one of the guys that Vince let do steroids, in my opinion, for a long time and never checked him. That's probably why he had heart failure. The reason you're not supposed to take so many steroids is because it will cause you to have a fucking heart attack. What happened to Hunter? You know what I mean? So I think Triple H needs to hang it up. Go spend some time with your fucking wife, bro. Where's she at? Where's Stephanie? She left your ass in the cold years ago. Don't be like Vince, or else you're going to be just like Vince.
I would not be surprised if they're not even together.
I bet not.
And they just pulled like a Linda and Vince.
I bet they did. Triple H is probably crapping on somebody's head in the back room right now while we're talking about this.
Okay, are you done with Triple H shitting on people's heads now?
I just feel like he just shit on the whole wrestling fans' dreams by bringing The Rock back. So, yeah, I guess I can. I'll be a lot off our chests.
Yeah, wrestling fans, like the rest of the WWE.
Yeah, I didn't even know I was this big of a Cody fan until they screwed him. So that's how.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's gaining extra fans because they really screwed him. And with WWE right now, I feel like, well, the women's division, I feel like, is really lackluster. Even though I do kind of like what they got going on with Bailey and Io Sky, is still pretty lackluster in my opinion. Hopefully Bailey wins it off of her because Bailey's entertaining. But I still feel like as a whole, the women's division doesn't really have a whole lot to offer. I mean, Rhea Ripley's cool, but I'd almost rather see her fight the dudes. So I can't even say that I'm that excited about her to fight Becky Lynch. She could beat the shit out of Becky Lynch. I would much rather see her fight, a dude. So to me, really all they have currently is like Cody. And they got Logan Paul as an up and comer.
Yeah, but they're not going to know what to do with him after a little while. I feel
Probably
like Triple H
not.
is going to get jealous of him selling his prime drinks aside from letting WWE have a cut of it, and he's going to just screw him as many times as he can. Now that because Vince is probably the one that put everybody in place, and we're going to slowly but surely watch Triple H take down everything that Vince did. We've seen this happen multiple times. How many times has Vince stepped down, and all of a sudden you feel a pendulum swing, and Vince comes back, and it swings back. Say Austin Theory could be a person that we could look at for an example.
I don't think,
Cody Rhodes.
Man, I don't know. I can't say that I think that Vince McMahon has never not been in charge. I think that everything that's been executed has still been Vince's idea.
Is Vince still in charge today?
Oh yeah,
I bet called the swerve with The Rock.
I bet you, yeah. I bet you him, Triple H, and Bruce Pritchard all sat and talked about it. And Vince told him, this is what you're going to do. And Triple H said, okay, daddy.
Fuck, you're right, because Triple H is such a bitch. Yeah, he's never going to be able to think for himself as long as Vince is still in his ear. Mm-hmm. As long as Vince is still his dad, you're right. He's literally got him by the balls.
Yeah, so I think this shit's just been planned for a while. Don't think that this is anything that they just came up with. They set this shit up months in advance. Fucking The Rock been talking about doing this. He's been putting it over.
They've had The Rock in their back pocket just in case Vince fell out of favor with the stock for a long time. They switch him out with The Rock.
Yeah, and they really fucked it up because, you could have bought Rock back at any point to pull in some revenue, but you fucking blew it. Like, it's too late now. Nobody wanted it.
I'd like to know the T-shirt sales on The Rock based on Cody, based on everybody else in WWE. Is The Rock actually moving merch? I highly doubt it.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah. And Cody just dropped new merch. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Cody, you don't let an old dude that's really got nothing, he doesn't have to make himself anymore, come in and stomp on the new talent, which is exactly what they did. Like, you just don't do that. That's like, you should know this.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to matter for them. They're going to keep on making bad choices over and over and over again. So there's nothing that we can do about it. We're going to have to relax. We'll probably go live again on Thursday. At our regular time today, I just feel like with all this breaking news that's going on, it's kind of good to just talk about it, get it out in the air, get some other people's opinions. And, maybe it'll help us think better about this and be able to move on with the rest of our day and not be so caught up in the McMahon-Cody saga.
Well, I'm waiting for Jim Cornette to come out with his opinions on this. So I feel like until Jim Cornette tells me what he thinks, my mind's just going to be like...
You're not sure how to think until you know what Cornette feels.
It's like, Cornette, what the fuck is going on? Give me some good news. What do they really got planned?
Yeah, bro. I'm going to check again. Look, her fucking phone is on Cornette.
I don't even like to listen to this motherfucker like that. But.
Brian Last, what are you doing? Like, literally, where's he at? Upload this shit. I know you guys have talked about it. And it was SmackDown was Friday.
They're still on last Friday SmackDown. It's like, okay, if you guys are gonna be doing this, like, stay, like, don't get weeks behind here. We got breaking news.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on, Brian Last. We're all waiting for you. Gosh dang it, this is the most interesting story.
I already know by a couple of Brian Last reposts that he's not happy either, and that he said a long time ago, and he posted the link that he said that if they bring The Rock in, The Rock's gonna fuck everything up. And we could listen to that, but yeah, he posted it on his Twitter a couple days ago, pretty much saying like, I told you that they were gonna fucking do this, and then it was like #poor Cody.
Oh shit. Well, we could definitely do a live reaction to that on our next live stream. Probably don't want to do that here because of copyright laws or whatever. I don't want Brian Last and Cornette to say we're getting fans from their shit. So we won't do it here, but we'll definitely go over to OnlyFans if you guys want to follow us there, where we're going to continue this live stream for the day, and we'll respond live to what Cornette's been tweeting, and his video from last year, apparently, where he talks about this. So that'll be pretty. Mikey Copenhaver said his dad passed away. That's too bad, brother. Here out the WS Rumble, honor my father passed. Maybe we will, bro. Remind me next year. I guess it's this year. We're gonna do another Screw City Rumble here soon enough. And we'll do it in honor of Mikey Copenhaver's father. It just seems like a really nice thing to do. So I'm down, bro. Just send me a message. Let me know. Remind me, mattjones2587@gmail.com with all your requests. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode, our first episode of the Outliers live stream. And this is the first time we've actually gone simulcast with TikTok. So thank you guys so much for supporting. You guys can leave us flowers or roses or whatever. We just unlock new features on TikTok by going live for so long, for so many minutes. So thank you guys so much. Kate, it's been a pleasure.
As always.
Debating this Cody situation with you. If you smell.
Nobody wants to hear that shit. We miss you too, Mikey.
What, The Rock? Yeah, we miss you, Mikey.
Fuck The Rock.
See you at WrestleMania, jabronis. Know your role and shut your mouth. The Rock loves some pie. Oh, yes, he does. Okay.